It is not just Kansas that incites controversy. Its neighbor to the east does a pretty good job, too. For example, take the Religious Freedom Amendment. If approved by both houses of the Missouri legislature, it will go to voters this fall. The amendment would allow certain businesses and organizations, such as bakeries and florists, to refuse service to same-sex couples based on religion. Opponents think such an amendment would hurt Kansas City and Missouri's opportunities for convention and tourist business. Supporters say the amendment, though, is narrowly crafted and only designed to ensure people's religious liberties. So if Missourians approve this amendment, what do you think the consequences are likely to be, Patrick?
I think the consequences are, and all the chatter lately is about business impact, right? And it all translates into, what economic impact. We heard the Sports Commission the other day say, hey, we're looking at losing out on big sporting contests and revenue or whatever. But back up for just a second and think about what this argument is. This is the same argument that was raised after the '64 Civil Rights Act, right? That there is a religious right to discriminate, and that's really what it is. And it's not narrowly crafted. It is schools, it is charities, it is hospitals, it is nursing homes, but there's no inspection on that side about what religious freedom means. So I mean, this is really yet another example of the Missouri legislature focusing on who people love rather than who they hate. I mean, wouldn't it be a great day if they took aim at people who expressed hate the way that they take aim at people who express love?
Ron, do you see any sensible reason for this to even be considered?
I think the real challenge here is that when you've had people sued because they didn't want to do a wedding cake for, is that really something that, the difference between the black experience, if you will, we were denied things when, other options weren't available. Pardon me. Sure. But so when you look at the situation, and if I can get a cake over here, I'm not being denied anything. And yeah, do we want to put a law in place that's going to put undue burden on people? No. That needs to be thought out. But to say, that it's okay to sue someone because they don't want to,
you can get a cake down the block, but yeah. We're talking about the power and prestige of the government, of the Missouri Constitution behind discrimination.
It's legislating discrimination.
Patent discrimination.
Mary Ann, if you're in business to serve the public, don't you want the public to be able to come in and buy?
Exactly. Exactly. Why would you do that to yourself in the name of a very few people who have an agenda that they're trying to forward through this legislation?
Can we for 2 seconds, I'm sorry, but can we for 2 seconds talk about the non-economic issue?
Only if you want to keep Jason from having a chance to say anything.
I'm concerned about the economic issue.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Patrick.
Yeah. Well, how about the moral issue, right? We're talking about something that has its roots in the fundamental principles that we talk about when we talk about this country, and when we talk, and our Constitution forbids this kind of discrimination. It forbids it. The Equal Protection Clause forbids it, right? Like President Johnson said when he signed the '64 Act, morality forbids this.
Public accommodations law.
Right.
That deal with the same
Mike,
thing.
why are we doing this in Jeff City? What's the
I don't
seriously,
know.
Are we trying to just push out everything here? These people at the Sports Commission are working on bids for years out. If this goes to the voters, it's delayed. They can't get more tourism dollars. It's $50 million in revenue, or $30 million in revenue, $50 million in economic development just for Kansas City. We've seen Georgia, the governor vetoed that. Indiana lost. 60
but
million.
This can't be vetoed. This will go to the people,
right?
And the only way it can be reversed is another vote, another amendment.
I feel like we're going back in time here. I really do.
So what's the rationale for Republicans who introduced this? Are they just evil?
I'd have no idea, because all of the pro-business Republicans cannot vote for this, because every moderate Republican would be nuts to vote for this.
It just exposes this giant divide between urban and rural factions, right? Look at the e-tax, right? Look at the e-tax issue. That is nothing more than a split between urban and rural. And it's not class, it's not anything other than geographic. And that war continues in Jeff City every single session.
Ron, some people say this is a reaction by those putting this bill forward, this amendment forward, in opposition to the Supreme Court ruling on gay marriage. Right. Do you think that's what this is?
I think it's absolutely that. It's part of that whole, it's a knee-jerk reaction to a situation. And here's the reality, is that anytime you try to, quote unquote, legislate morality, anytime you try to control people by legislative fiat or even by the vote of the public, you end up creating an unnecessary backlash, and that is people moving to Kansas, that is corporations. You've got the NFL, you've got NCAA, NASCAR is saying
Walt Disney
You know,
in
it's like
Georgia.
Right.
it's like wow. What do you think? What are you picking a fight for?
Just to explain where this stands now before we move on, the Kansas Senate has approved this amendment.
Missouri.
The Missouri Senate has approved this amendment. It goes to the Missouri House. At this time, as far as we know, the Missouri House has taken no action. If the House approves it, it bypasses the governor and goes on the ballot in November,
Right,
and
as a
the Missouri
constitutional
public
change.
will vote on it. And it
It's
would
just
change the
wrong.
Constitution. It's not a law that can be overturned or vetoed. It requires another amendment to replace it.